Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And I'm here today with my 5-day review of this phone right here, the Vivo IQOO. Now, as you know, I've been doing these battery drain test videos earlier this week, and they were exhausting, so I really hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to make this more of a quick take here, so in one quick shot, going to just share my thoughts after 5 days, and then talk about my 5 favorite features that I've enjoyed on this phone so far. So let's jump right into it. 5 days in using this phone, there is a lot to like here, and as you've seen in those previous videos, man, one of the major things about this phone is that it is being billed as the monster phone, like the ultimate hardcore gaming phone, and I don't doubt it at this point. There's so many hardware features that Vivo has packed into this, and I actually thought originally that the Vivo NEX dual display, which was the most kind of viewed video on my channel, that was going to kind of pretty much it set the bar for hardware, and hardware kind of innovation or trying something new. But guess what? I think I like this phone even better. And I like that there's no kind of gimmickiness to it. It's just a hardcore phone for hardcore gamers. But guess what? Turns out being a hardcore gaming phone also ends up being just an overall great phone in general. And so it's been an awesome joy to use this phone. I've loved the battery life. Clearly has been spectacular, as you've seen with my drain test and charge test. This has set the standard now on Frankie Tech for just battery life and battery charge speeds. So go check out those videos if you haven't seen them already. But beyond that, performance-wise, this phone is really giving that Xiaomi Mi 9 a run for its money. So I'm going to just share the 5 features here that I think are most unique to this phone and why I think I enjoy them so much. So the first feature here is the back. And as you know, the back of this phone is very unique. There's this very interesting ridged look that kind of adjusts in the lighting there. It is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. But as from the original video you see here, there is a light here on the back. And I've done a little bit more digging into what that light is. So if you go here to more settings, you have what's called cool light effects. And so these are the cool light effects that can be used that can make that light shine through there. So you see here it says colored lights will increase the system's power consumption once enabled. And we have incoming calls, notification, charge, music, and Jovi. Now I've turned Jovi off. I don't plan on using FunTouch OS's UI AI here, but I do have a charger right next to me, so I'm going to go and plug this in. Let's see if that's working right there. Okay, turn on the charging light, turn over to preview. And you see it there. You see it's kind of throbbing. It's this green glow there. And it's kind of hard to see with this lighting, so I'm going to go ahead and close the windows here. And there you can clearly see the light pulsing away there. It is a really cool effect. The other way that this can be used, and I'll leave the lights off for now so I show you this, is in the music app. Now, unfortunately, it can only be used in the Vivo music app at this time. I hope they can extend this eventually to Spotify and other uses, but I'm just going to play a little bit of this music here. Lowered here, and now let's see the other side of the phone, what that looks like. And you see how it is actually going with the rhythm of the music, and this light goes from blues to purples to pinks, and that is honestly really cool. I really do like that effect, and is my first favorite feature of this phone. So let's turn on the lights again. And apologies again for the lighting. It is once again dark day in Hong Kong. We had a few sunny days, but those are long gone now. And so segueing right into this next point, which is really the sound system on this phone. It is really solid. I'm just going to play a little bit of this pushy progressive house here and just have a listen. And so there you go. Even a few seconds, you can hear how loud that speaker is. Now, I don't think it's Dolby Surround here, but this phone definitely is packing a punch when it comes to speaker quality. And it's been definitely noticeable in the games and in other kind of areas that I've used this phone so far. Now going on to my third feature, and this is really related to the performance of this phone. Snapdragon 855, and as you've seen the Geekbench scores previously already, I got those right there. 3400 single core and 11,083 multi-core scores. That is pretty impressive for the Snapdragon 855, and it is actually the fastest performing Android phone now that I have tested in terms of multi-core scores right here. So that is really good to see in this Vivo IQOO. And I think this is a hardcore gaming phone, but you want to have some awesome hardware and you want to have some awesome specs to back it up, and it clearly does not disappoint. But I think the other thing to keep in mind about this phone is that it does include, like the Pocophone, a liquid cooling system. And this liquid cooling system is going to be really important when you're pushing your games to the max here. It's going to make a real difference in terms of gaming, which segues me now. And my fourth feature here is just the gaming experience on the Vivo IQOO. Now, before we jump into the game, though, I want to show you guys this thing right here. It's called GameCube, and it is actually kind of an overlay when you're playing the game. Now, what it allows you to do is to kind of block notifications, background calls, and do a lot of different settings here that will actually improve your gameplay overall. Optimizing network, gaming picture-in-picture. As you know, they have these monster touch buttons. You see them right there. And I don't know why I thought this was like plastic. It's actually metal, and it feels really good in the hand. But there are the monster buttons. Let's see if I can get a better zoom in there. There are the monster buttons on both sides. And so right in the bottom, there it is. You can toggle right into the game. So we're jumping into PUBG now on the Vivo IQOO. And you did see this play during that epic battery drain test, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth here and see how these monster touch buttons work playing PUBG on the Vivo IQOO. So it gets in there real quick. And let's raise the volume here so you can really hear it. So here we are gaming on the Vivo IQOO. The classic Frankie Tech swim test. Just keep swimming, baby. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And look at the effects that this is using here. This phone is not stuttering whatsoever, but we have some serious effects, and I'm glad I just remembered here. I'm going to show you guys the graphics I'm using here. HDR, Ultra, and Classic. So these are the max settings. Ultra HD is not working on this phone for now. Let's jump out. So far, no complaints. And I'm going to get to land here, and then we're going to go get some guns. Coming in for the landing, and oh wow, look at that. It is still not utilizing the full display, and that was the case with almost, I think, all the phones that I tested in that drain test. If you notice, none of them used all the way to the end there, which is a pity. Here we are. Let's go get some guns. What a perfect spot to land on. Let's go find some action now. Just so you hear how immersive this game sounds when you play on the Vivo IQOO. Yeah, that's right. But now the thing I wanted to test here is these monster touch buttons and see how they can be utilized. Oh yeah. Oh, so we're getting some major action here, guys. Oh yeah. Take that. I'm up to 6 kills in this game so far, and you may be wondering what happened in the time between the last footage and this. Guys, I've been trying to find the way to enable these monster touch buttons. I've been looking online for it. I've been trying to see if in PUBG it can actually be done, and I can't seem to get the monster touch buttons working right now on PUBG. I think they can be enabled, but as of this gameplay, I'm going to have to keep figuring this out. So in the meantime, all I can say is that oh wow, someone's shooting from behind here. 7 kills. But as you can see, playing PUBG on the Vivo IQOO is a glorious experience, and you will not be let down. The phone is getting a little warm, but nothing doing. That liquid cooling system is doing its part. It's slightly warm up here to the touch, but nothing that would make you feel bad about it. Like, it is still comfortable to hold. I haven't seen any frame drops whatsoever. This phone truly is a gaming powerhouse. And so last but not least, talking about this camera, that would be my 5th favorite feature so far of using this phone, and that is just taking shots with this camera. And what I want to do for this is really just go through here, show you some of the shots I've been taking on it, but also do a few comparisons between the Vivo IQOO and the Xiaomi Mi 9. And let's face it, guys, you know that both of these phones are the phones that you are most interested in seeing next to each other. So I put them there next to each other. And there's a lot that these have in common in terms of performance. Obviously, both Snapdragon 855 phones. Their designs are very unique and very beautiful. I would say I probably still like the Mi 9s a little bit better, but this cool back on the IQOOs is very unique. It's also a little bit thicker, whereas the Mi 9 definitely feels a little bit slimmer there. So in terms of display, both have still really good quality displays. The AMOLED looks, I think, as good, if not better, on the Xiaomi Mi 9. But the Vivo IQOO has a great panel, not to the level of the Samsung S10es, but these are still solid panels right here, although you can see the white point on the IQOO is a little bit more on the pink side here. Sound quality, once again, the IQOO I think takes it a little bit here, and I will definitely be doing that full comparison. But the major comparison I think that you guys want to see is camera. Well, I have some good news for you. I have taken shots with these two phones here, and so now let's jump in to my camera comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Vivo IQOO. Let's have a look. This is rear-facing video on the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Vivo IQOO. Both shooting in 4K UHD here. And I'm reserving judgment. I'm not saying anything this time until post-processing. But hit me up in the comments which one you think looks better. The sun is back out in Hong Kong. It's a very nice day. And this is front-facing video on the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the Vivo IQOO. That's right, my sunglasses are back. Hit me up in the comments which one you think looks better. Do a little movement there. Looks pretty good. Hair's getting long, man. Need a haircut soon. See you guys in a bit. So what'd you guys think? Which phone did better there? I think that the Vivo IQOO definitely had some promising shots, although I will give the slight edge here to the Xiaomi Mi 9 with more detail and just, I think, better colors in a lot of these shots. The nighttime shots, they really could go either way, but the Vivo IQOO, it's using that Sony IMX363, so the same sensor that's in the Pixel 3, and I think it does a really good job here with camera performance, but can it match the Sony IMX586 in the Mi 9? I don't think it can, but you be the judge of it and let me know in the comments which phone you think did better in that comparison. So that is it for this quick rundown here of my 5 favorite features on this phone. So I think just full package, battery life has been incredible, performance has been incredible, the sound system is really good on this phone, and you got that great just gaming experience that and kind of additional features. I'll have to continue testing to see if I can get these Monster Touch buttons to work. And then last but not least, the camera seems pretty good, if not really good, and is really standing up there next to the one on the Xiaomi Mi 9 and the other Sony IMX586 cameras out there. But what is the one thing that is not standing out? I think you know what that is. That's right, it is FunTouch OS. And I did say that I was worried that was going to be the Achilles heel of this phone, and I'm not mistaken. As of right now, I find it hard to be able to fully recommend this phone because of the software. And I'm not saying that the gestures on FunTouch OS are terrible. They're actually one of the better implementations. They kind of remind me of the ones on the OnePlus 6T. But the one thing that really gets me on FunTouch OS is the settings. The settings panel is just a mess. And just trying to find out where to go in these settings. Where is, let's say, the cool lighting effects? Why is it in more settings? Why is it in more settings under cool light effects? Why is it in the display category there? This GameCube, you go into this and it's a completely different interface. And then you can't go back as easily. Well, you go back here, but once you go back, it's just confusing. The other thing that I don't like is as I've told you guys before, the shortcut center. It's better than it was before because it used to look very iOS-y, but it's still not good. And these toggles, all of this stuff, why can't we just have a phone? Why can't we just have a phone that uses all of this space in an action that everyone is so comfortable doing, which is just swiping from the top to be able to access those things? Why do you have to separate it, FunTouch OS? Why? It doesn't make any sense. So just add to that the general just look of the OS, of the kind of the skin here, the settings being just a mess, and the shortcut center that I'm not a fan of. I still don't like FunTouch OS. It's probably kind of near the bottom there with ColorOS in terms of the worst software skins. Not to the level of ZUI 10 though. On Lenovo, dude, that is another level of just crappy software. So if I would have to say, that's the one negative of this phone, being that it does have crappy software. But that's it for this video. Don't get me wrong, this is still an awesome phone, and for the price is really all the hardware that you could ever want in a phone. But that's it for this quick look. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Kind of a ranty video here, but just wanted to get something out to you guys, sharing my thoughts here after 5 days on the Vivo IQOO. Stay tuned for some great more content coming up before the end of the week. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Y'all have a good one.